Man, what's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy, man, Jay Willie Silly, man, aka Mr. Take It Easy for you end up like Beezy. But make sure y'all follow my Twitch, man. Subscribe to my second channel. Like I told y'all, man, your boy Jay will be back on Twitch, man, Monday, man. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned in to your boy. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, y'all, I'm in a call for rest. You know what I mean? I'm resting right now, you know what I mean? Spiritual rest, you know what I mean? Physical rest. Your boy Jay has to rest. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, I appreciate y'all for the love and support. We got 3 disturbing, true, scary stories, you know, and this will be the last video that I drop tonight. We got to get ready to wake up early in the morning. Happy Easter, you know what I'm saying? And God's will, we make it to Easter. Let's not get too cocky. We still got to wake up tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if we do wake up tomorrow in God's will, you know what I'm saying? Happy Easter to y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, man, for all my new subscribers and new viewers, you know, we do scary reactions. We've done a lot of scary reactions. You know what I'm saying? So, I feel like it's very important to inform y'all, you know, that I have a playlist section set out for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm a very organized person. You know what I'm saying? So, me being a very organized person is going to translate to YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't want you to scroll down and try to, oh, good God Almighty, man, 2,000 videos, man, I cannot watch this channel, man. You know, I know how a lot of y'all probably thinking, you know what I'm saying? But I got it set out for you, man. I got the cartel reactions, my personal favorite, Excuse Noir. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know what I said, Excuse Noir. I don't know what that is. You know what I'm saying? But Excuse Noir, this. I'm going to just say this. I think it's this, right? You know what I mean? What, in France, Excuse Noir? This is my favorite, you know what I mean, playlist section right here. You know what I mean? My favorite videos to react to is the scare reactions, bro. So I really feel like you will enjoy that playlist section. The scare reactions for Sholioli, and the gaming playlist section. You got to tune into that. You know what I mean? Then it's the true crime and NBA and NFL. You know what I mean? But I got videos, bro. If you want to find something, you want to find something to watch while you eat, I got you, bro. You feel me? So just tune into your boy. But we finna get into the video, man. I appreciate y'all for clicking on the video, man. Much love and support. Thumbnail time. Y'all thought I forgot. Did you miss me? Come on, man. You thought I forgot, man. I know you was waiting for it. Jay, when he's gonna say thumbnail time? Come on, man. You thought I forgot, man. Thumbnail time. Hang on, I want to do it one more time. I'm sorry, y'all. You know what I mean? Just for the one time. I'm sorry, y'all. It's nostalgic. It's nostalgic. Thumbnail time. It's nostalgic. I ain't gonna lie, something about them bells that just creep me out, gang. I ain't gonna lie. I do not like them bells, bro. I'm not the only one, bro. Them bells creep me out.
This happened last fall when I was staying in a small town in northern Pennsylvania for work.
It's a nightmare. Never get old, boy.
Commercial refrigeration repair. And at the time, I was driving to different grocery stores and restaurants in smaller towns because our company was short on people. The town I was sent to was the kind of place where everything shut down early, and there were more empty buildings than open ones. I was supposed to be there for 3 nights while I worked on the walk-in freezers at an older family-owned supermarket. My company booked me a motel on the edge of town because it was the only place nearby with vacancy. I got there a little after 7 p.m. on a Thursday. The motel was one of those single-floor places where all the room doors faced the parking lot. It had maybe 12 rooms total, and only—
Look. All I'm saying is, and it's one thing that I said this a long time ago, and some of y'all probably realize, some of y'all probably remember, you know, but one thing that I never do ever is go somewhere and I do not see a lot of people there. You know, and I'm not really like a freaking big people like person, you know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, but I'm just speaking like when it comes to like hotels and when it comes to restaurants of that sort. You know what I'm saying? I don't go, like, I'm never going to stay in a motel. That's never going to happen. Know what I mean? Motels, I'm not doing it. Hotels only. But if you don't see like a lot of people there, that means there's something wrong with the building. I'm just keep it real with you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Something wrong with that building. If you don't see a lot of people at the restaurant, if you don't see a lot of people at the place, wherever you at, if you don't see a lot of people there, bro, something wrong with that building. Now, if you see a lot of people, you should feel comfortable. Like, oh yeah, this spot busting. But if it's vacant like this, this right here, you the only one here? Oh no.
4 or 5 cars in the lot.
It's a reason.
The office smelled like old coffee and bleach. The woman at the desk was probably in her 60s. She was friendly, but there was something distracted about her. She kept glancing past me toward the parking lot while I was checking in. When she handed me the key, she told me if anyone knocked on my door at night, not to answer it unless it was her or the owner.
What?
And she said if I heard anything weird outside, to call the office and not get involved.
No deal.
She said it in a casual voice, like it was normal advice.
And you still gonna stay there? I told you, bro, God gonna give you warnings, bro. Man, you don't give me my keys back and, man, give me a refund, man. Bro, if that's not the clearest warning, I don't know what the freak is, bro. If somebody knocks on my door at night, don't open it unless it's me or like, bro, and you still choose to stay. I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna let the video play. The cheap route ain't always the best route, bro. I know you want to be cheap, bro. I know you want to save money, bro. But sometimes you got to spend that cab, bro. Sometimes you got to spend, bro. Some of y'all a little too cheap. And I feel like my brother or my sister, I don't know who this is. I feel like you a little too cheap, bro. Because ain't no way, bro. You just going to ignore that warning. Ain't no way. Bro trying to save ultra money. I realize it's getting hard out here for a player.
Caught me off guard. I asked if that was because the area was bad. And she just said there were some drifters around sometimes, and they like to ask guests for money. I remember thinking it was a strange thing to say to someone who had just arrived.
Still stayed.
But I was tired and didn't really care. My room was near the far end, second to last.
I had to sleep in my car.
Inside, it was clean enough, but it was kind of old. I noticed cigarette burns in the dresser, and the carpet had dark spots. I brought my bag in, grabbed food at the gas station down the road, and came back around 8. While I was walking to my room, I noticed a man sitting in an older dark green pickup truck 2 spaces away from mine. The truck was running, but the headlights were off. I couldn't see his face clearly because of how dark it was, but I remember he didn't look at me like a normal person would when someone walks by. He just sat perfectly still with both hands on the wheel. I assumed he was waiting for someone. I went inside and spent the next hour eating and watching random stuff on my phone. Around 10:30, I took a shower and got into bed. Maybe 20 minutes later, I heard footsteps outside my room. That didn't bother me at first because other people were staying there. Then the footsteps stopped right outside my door. I waited for someone to unlock it or knock on the room next to mine, but nothing happened. After maybe 15 seconds, the steps moved on. A minute later, I heard them again, slowly coming back the other direction and stopping outside my door a second time. Still no knock, just silence. And then the footsteps walked away again. I got up and looked through the peephole, but I couldn't see anyone. It was probably just someone drunk or confused about which room was theirs.
Oh my God, I cannot stand people like that, boy. I'm telling you, boy. People that try to just make up scenarios in their head just to make themselves feel better about a situation. I cannot stand people like that, bro. It's like, there's probably somebody drunk just making up something just to make themselves feel better. I don't know about y'all, bro, but I think about the worst case scenario. I don't trust humans. I say that first and I'm going to say it again. I don't trust humans. I've done a lot of reacting. Things done happen to me. I don't trust humans. When it comes to humans, bro, I know it's probably bad to say. You know what I'm saying? God forgive me if it is. But I think worst case scenarios when it comes to humans. I'm not going to put none past no human. I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, he wouldn't do that. I'm not that type of person. I hear that, but I'm going outside with the 40. I'm going outside with the 40. I'm not finna go to sleep, bro. I'm not finna stay in here, bro. Like I said, you would have told me that, bro. I'm already out. Told me somebody come knocking on my door. I'm not even staying there. Guess I'm gonna sleep in my car or something. Word up. You know what I'm saying? But, bro, if you coming outside my door, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'm leaving, like, immediately. You feel me? Straight up. You know, I'm not finna try to make up oh, well, he's probably doing this. He's probably, no, I think the worst case scenario. Got serial killers walking around here, bro. You can't play around in this world, bro. Got so much junk happening, so much evil happening in this world, and you trying to play around with it. You trying to make up a good scenario in your head just to make out of all this stuff that's happening in this world. And you gonna, like, come on, bro.
After 11.
People be so unaware when it comes to life, bro.
I was half asleep when someone knocked on the door. I stayed still and waited. Then the person knocked again, the same exact way. I got up quietly and looked through the peephole again. There was nobody there. That made my stomach drop a little. The parking lot lights were dim, but the walkway in front of the rooms was empty. I stood there for a while, then locked the deadbolt again, even though it was already locked. I was about to get back into bed when I noticed the curtain near the window had shifted slightly. It wasn't open enough to see out, just enough to make me realize someone might be able to see in from outside depending on where they stood. I moved it shut and turned off the lamp. I stayed awake another half hour listening. Right around midnight, I heard something that sounded like metal lightly scraping against metal near the door. I got up and stepped as quietly as I could to the door. For the third time, I looked through the peephole. This time, I saw movement. Somebody was crouched low, almost underneath the peephole view. I could only see the top of a dark baseball cap and one shoulder. I don't know how long I stood there, but it couldn't have been more than 5 seconds before the person stood up and moved away. I heard footsteps going fast toward the end of the building. I called the office right away. The woman who answered sounded annoyed at first until I told her someone had been right outside my door. Then she got quiet and asked if I had opened it, to which I said no. She told me to stay inside and said the owner was going to check outside. About 2 minutes later, I saw headlights sweep across the curtain. Someone drove slowly through the lot and then left. The office called back and said nobody was there now, and it was probably just someone messing around.
Bro, like, my man's, bro. You stupid, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you dumb, bro. Like I said, bro, I don't play with people, bro. You know what I'm saying? I said it before and I'm gonna say it again. Like, is you dumb, bro? Like, why are you staying in a motel, bro? Like, why are you staying in that, bro? Like, I ain't gonna lie, like, you're pissing me off because your self-awareness, like, that's another thing I cannot stand. I cannot stand people that's not self-aware, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, how many warnings I know God be going crazy on his throne. I know it. Good Lord, my child. How many warnings thou I shall give you? And then the first thing, they're going to blame God for this shit. They're going to blame God. Why do God let bad things happen to people? One thing people love saying, why do God let bad it happen to your dang self? The man giving you warnings. See, God is a God of free will. God is a God of choice. I'm telling you, bro, God ain't going to just let you die for no reason. I'm trying to tell you, bro. I'm trying to tell you, it's a warning before every death. I'm telling you right now. I refuse to believe that God would just let you walk astray. Without any warnings, without any correction, without anything, you just die? Nah. Before every death, it's a warning. I'm telling you. Before every death, whether if it's a car wreck, or you shouldn't got in that car, you should have got your car, or whatever. It's something. You know what I'm saying? Somebody told you to stop driving fast. Hey, bro, you need to stop driving fast. You know what I'm saying? Get up in the wreck is over with. You know what I mean? Hey, bro, you need to do this. You need to. Nah, bro. I'm telling you, it's warnings, bro. It's warnings, bro. I'm telling you. I refuse to believe that God just let people die, bro. I just refuse to believe, bro. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. You know what I mean? But no, though, man. Like this situation, it's like so many warnings, bro. You die, this on you, bro. Like God can't do nothing, but it's so many warnings you getting in this video. It don't make no dang sense. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. So if you die, that's on you, bro. Something happened to you, that's on you. They ain't no God, bro. So don't try to, you know what I'm saying? This is particularly on you. And one thing I say that I know God love. One thing I can say that I know that God love about me is bro, I'm telling you, God, I'm one of God's favorites. I'm telling you right now. I'm one of his favorites. Because one thing that God got, give me one warning. He know I'm gonna hit it with that warning. And one thing he know, I know he's sitting on that throne right now. If I give Jalen a warning, Jalen gonna go with that warning. Jalen ain't gonna just try to, Jalen, give him a warning. It's easy work. It's an easy path for me. God, give me a warning. I bet you I take that warning.
And she said it wouldn't do any good unless the person came
Word
back.
up.
I barely slept after that.
Like, I ain't doing this.
Sound woke me up.
Right?
At some point around 3 a.m, I did pass out.
What I look like?
I woke up around 5:15 to the sound of my truck door opening alarm. I jumped out of bed and looked through the window without moving the curtain much. There was a man standing at the driver's side of my truck with the door half open. He was tall and wearing a dark jacket and hat. I couldn't see his face because he was turned away from me. Then he looked straight toward my room, like he knew I was watching. He shut the truck door and walked off fast toward the road behind the motel. I called 911 this time. The police came about 15 minutes later. They took a report and checked my truck.
Bro, leave, bro.
They found nothing missing because I never leave anything in it. One officer asked if I was sure I locked it, which made me feel like they already didn't believe me. I knew I locked it. The older officer did seem more interested when I told him about the knocking and the crouching outside my door. He asked the motel owner if they had cameras. They did, but only one in the office and one pointing at the front entrance, nothing covering my side of the lot. Before the cops left, the older one told me if it happened again, not to open my door for any reason and to leave as soon as I could in the morning. I asked if they thought it was random, and he just said probably, but his face didn't really match that answer. I had to work that day, and I was already there, so I stayed. I figured I was overreacting anyway. During the day, everything felt normal. I was at the supermarket.
Bro, don't tell me you're getting followed, bro. Don't tell me somebody following you, bro.
7 a.m. to almost 6 p.m. And by the time I got back to the motel, it was dark again. I parked directly under the brightest light and carried all my tools inside at once so I wouldn't have to go back out. The woman at the desk saw me and asked if I was okay. I told her I hadn't slept. She hesitated for a second and then said if I wanted, she could move me to room 2 near the office. I asked why she hadn't offered that the night before. She said she didn't think it was necessary. Then she added something I've thought about a couple times since. She said it usually doesn't happen 2 nights in a row. I asked what that meant, and she immediately acted like she'd misspoken. She just said the drifters normally move on. That made me more uneasy than I already was. I seriously thought about packing up and driving an hour to another hotel, but I was exhausted, filthy from work, and told myself I could just stay one more night and leave in the morning. Around 8 p.m., I got food and brought it back to my room. While I was eating, I heard a truck drive slowly through the lot. I looked through the curtain and saw the same dark green pickup from the night before. It drove past my room, turned around near the road, and parked at the very end of the lot with the lights off. I couldn't see who was inside. I called the office and told them. The owner answered this time, not the woman. He sounded irritated and told me if the truck wasn't blocking me in or damaging anything, there wasn't much he could do.
All right, bro. I'm starting to think the owner's on it now. I'm starting to think y'all in on it now. Cause why nothing happening to you then? That lady that's in the front desk, why nothing happened to you? Where he just go past you? It's another route in the motel we don't know about. You know what I'm saying? Like, why nothing happen? Where he just go right past you or something? Why nothing happened to you? I'm starting to think the owner's got something to do with it. That's how I'm starting to think. I'm starting to think y'all in on it, gang. You know what I'm saying? Y'all in on it or something? You feel me? Cause I just want to know why nothing happened to that lady at front. You in the front? It's only one way in, right? I know it's only one way in. In that little small raggedy motel.
I asked if he knew who it was, and he just said people come and go.
Wait, what?
I sat there for maybe an hour, checking the window every few minutes. The truck never moved. Eventually, I turned off the TV and lights and tried to sleep with my clothes still on. Sometime after 11, I heard someone walking outside again. Slow, super slow steps. Then a soft tap at the window, not the door. I stayed in the bed. Then another tap came, this time closer to the center of the glass. Then a fingernail or something dragged slowly down the window. I could hear it clearly. I had never felt fear like that because I knew the person was standing inches away from where I was lying, and they knew I was in there pretending to be asleep. I grabbed my phone and started dialing 911. But before I hit call, I heard the bathroom window rattle. It was a tiny frosted window above the toilet. Then I heard something even worse. The sound of the room next to mine opening, like an actual key or tool working the lock, and then the door opening. The room next to me had been empty when I checked in. I knew that because I had looked through the crack in the curtains the night before and never saw a car or lights there. I got out of bed and crouched near the wall that connected our rooms. I heard movement next door. Not the heavy footsteps of somebody checking into a room, more like somebody trying not to make a sound. I called 911 and whispered everything as quietly as I could. The dispatcher kept telling me to stay on the line. While I was talking, I heard one hard hit on the shared wall behind the headboard, like someone testing how solid it was. Then another lower down, and then just nothing. I was trying so hard to listen that I could hear my own breathing and heartbeat. Then I heard the bathroom window in my room start to move. It wasn't rattling this time, it was opening, but just a little. I ran to the bathroom and shoved it closed with both hands. Something on the other side pushed back once. Not that hard, but enough for me to feel it. I locked it, even though the latch looked flimsy as hell, and then I backed away. The dispatcher told me officers were 2 minutes out. I could hear movement outside my front door now too, like there was more than one person. Then came the soft knocks on the door, like the night before. I didn't answer. At that point, I grabbed the motel chair and jammed it under the doorknob, even though I knew that probably wouldn't do much. The police arrived maybe a minute later, but it felt like 10. As soon as headlights hit the curtains, I heard running. It was at least 2 sets of footsteps.
What you gonna wait till the morning? This guy right here is insane. This guy right here is funny. I mean, what you gonna wait till the morning again? Because all the police officers gonna tell you, all 5 are gonna do is tell you, they're gonna search the area and them boys gonna be long gone. They're gonna search the area, you know what I mean? Tell you, well, we couldn't find anything, so, just try to, if you hear something again or if you see something again, give us a call back. They're not gonna arrest those guys because you know what? Them guys gonna be long gone. You know what I'm saying? Simple as that. But I mean, bro, like I said, you wanna die, bro. I mean, I don't know how many warnings you need, bro. I really don't understand. You in this situation because of you, homie. You know what I'm saying? Just keeping it real with you. Even though you are innocent, even though you just want to sleep, I get that, bro. But my man, you had plenty of warnings, bro. An hour, bro, that's nothing. I ain't gonna lie to you. I can stay awake. You telling me you that sleepy or you can't stay awake for an hour? You know what I'm saying? I'll stay awake for an hour, bro, till you go to another hotel. I'm not finna stay in this right here. You know what I mean? And it's multiple people. No telling who them is, bro. No telling who that is, bro. Know what I mean? No telling, bro. No telling the person got ill intentions, rock. And you playing around with that? You only got one life, bro. Why you playing around with it? Nothing to play around with, bro. So when you hear warnings like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, go on about your business. You gonna wait till the morning, man. Forget the morning, bro. Drive it there tonight. If not, then I'll sleep in my car. I ain't gonna sleep in my car in that parking lot, but I'll sleep in my car somewhere else. If not.
Officers found that the screen on my bedroom window had been removed and was lying in the bushes. They also found fresh pry marks on my truck door and on the door of the empty room next to mine. What I didn't find out until later was the worst part. The older officer from that morning came back and asked me privately if I had anyone angry at me or if I had posted online that I was staying there. I said no. Then he told me they had seen the green pickup before. According to him, there had been 2 other incidents in the previous 6 months involving men staying alone at that same motel for work. In both cases, someone had tried getting into their vehicles during the night. One guy said he heard people outside his room, but left before reporting anything else.
Smart guy.
The other one woke up to his motel door cracked open, even though he swore he had locked it. Nothing had been taken in either case. The officer said they believed the group was following out-of-town men from bars or work sites, then waiting until they were isolated and trying to get inside their rooms. He never said exactly what he thought the end goal was, but he didn't need to. I packed my stuff while 2 officers stood outside. When I checked under the bed before leaving, which I normally never do anywhere, there was a folded piece of paper shoved almost against the wall. I only noticed it because I dropped my phone charger. It was part of a local newspaper torn into a square, and on the back, somebody had written my room number and my truck plate in pen. That meant whoever it was hadn't just picked me at random that night. They had been watching long enough to write things down. I left the motel before 1 in the morning and drove almost 2 hours home, even though I had 1 more day of work scheduled. My company sent someone else the next week, and I found out later he stayed in a different town. Besides my recounting of this story just now, I really tried to just put this experience behind me.
Everything about no work, boy. Gonna fire me, then cool. My job way more valuable than the job, homie. My life, my life is way more valuable than the job, homie. Like I said, relocate me to somewhere else or fire me, homie. Cool. So many jobs
The
out
story
here.
started in October 2025.
Oh God, we got a Tinderette. We got a Tinderette, y'all. I'm saying a freaking Tinderette. like I said, I do not understand why y'all do this. Can y'all tell me why y'all go looking on Tinder for a woman or a man? Do y'all know how easy it is for somebody to portray to be a woman, for somebody to portray to be a man, just to draw you out to do things? Like, that is the most stupidest thing ever. Is trying to meet somebody on Tinder. The most stupidest thing for you to do is try to meet somebody on social media, period. Because of why? Because you don't know who this person is, honestly. You don't know who this person is. You don't know if this person trying to catfish you. You don't know if this person trying, bro. You don't know who behind them photos, bro. People be taking fake photos and all. I'm telling you, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got the AI stuff going on now, man, bro. Y'all better meet your soulmate in real life. You know what I mean? Forget all that trying to meet somebody on social media. Forget all that. You know what I'm saying? I got to know who you are. I got to know how you are. Because you can't lie to me face to face. Whole time you could portray to be this person in real on social media. Then when we get in real life, you a different person. You know what I mean? Real life. I miss that junk, bro. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, bro, the internet and everything, bro, folks not even going out, you know what I'm saying, to meet each other no more. You feel me? They meet on social media. You feel me? Like, man, Tinder and all this junk, man. I wish I would try to find a girl on Tinder. Then be surprised when something happened to him. Come on, bro. I don't know how many stories I heard about Tinder meetups going wrong.
I was single
Junk's so
and decided
stupid.
to download Tinder to see if I could find a potential partner. After a few swipes, I got a...
I feel like people that use Tinder are just really desperate. Like, I was single and I'm single and I really wanted to find a partner. People that use Tinder are people that really do not like being alone. Honestly. You got some people, y'all, that just literally don't like being alone. That's the reality of it, bro. A lot of people get into relationships with the wrong intentions. You know, people, you know, you would think that people would try to get into relationships. People would get into relationships, excuse me, for the right intention because I love this person, or because I like this person. You got some people that get in relationships with a person, they don't even like that person. They just don't like being alone. They don't like you, they like your company. They don't love you, they love your company. That's why you have to question, does this girl like me? Does this man like? Because he don't truly like you. She don't truly like you. They like the benefits of you. They like the benefits of having you. I'm telling you, bro, you better watch who you get in a relationship with. I'm telling you, bro. You know, it's a lot of people that's in relationship. It's a lot of people that's married that's not truly in love with the person they're with. I'm telling you, bro. People can't stand being by themselves nowadays. I love being by myself.
I started smiling and opened with, "Hey, what's up?"
I ain't rushing about no.
He responded quickly, and we started talking all day, every day. He was in the military at a base not too far away from where I live.
How you know he in the military?
Eventually, after a few weeks of talking, he became possessive over me. He would say things like, "You're mine. If I can't have you, no one can. And if you block or unfriend me, I'll kill you," along with other threats. Keep in mind, we never even started dating. One day in December, he just unfriended me on Snapchat, and I didn't think too much of it. I moved on and kept living my life, until a few days ago when he added me again. Remembering the threats, I decided to add him back so we wouldn't do anything. He sent a snap that said, "I've been thinking about your beautiful smile for 8 weeks now. I keep thinking about what we could be if I didn't let my dark thoughts win."
Oh, so y'all actually talked on the phone. This man don't even know you. Man don't even know you. And you see how you acting? Man don't even know you. What you finna do? You finna... I accept your apology. The man showed you who he was. When somebody show you who they is, believe him. I don't care how you saying. I don't care about you saying sorry. I don't care about that, bro. What you just did, what you just said to her is who you truly are. But then, see, this how people do. People so like fantasized by the words, but not by the actions. All I can do is say sorry. I don't understand why people are so hypnotized and so fantasized by the person saying sorry. I don't care how many times you say sorry. Show me you sorry. That's how it was with my ex-girlfriend. I ain't tell her I was sorry. I showed her I was sorry. Because I can say sorry 1,000 times and then my actions prove other words. You know how many people in this world say sorry? And then your actions don't prove you sorry? Yeah, you say sorry, but you don't. Your actions don't prove it. So all he gonna do is say he's sorry. And And what you just gonna be like, okay, you just gonna forget about him saying he gonna kill you. You'll forget about all that. Just because of a sorry? That sorry word hold too much weight, brother.
I responded with, that's cute, not wanting to piss him off. We started talking again, and I responded mostly out of fear over what he might...
Bro, I'm sorry, y'all, bro. I'm sorry, chat, bro. Jay, play the video. I'm sorry. Dang, man. I can't look at stupidity. I can't hear stupidity and don't react. I'm sorry. You here for a reaction? What you got one? I'm sorry. I cannot look at stupidity and hear stupidity and don't say nothing about it. I can't, bro. You mean what I just said in that first story? I said God would not let you die without warning.
I'd do if I didn't. He was acting like a possessive boyfriend, always asking where I was and who I was with. He kept asking me to turn on my snap map so he could make sure I was safe. I didn't want to because he freaked me out.
Weirdo.
Thursday last week, I was driving around with my friend until about 1 a.m. I asked if he could drop me off at home, which he did. We said our goodbyes, and I walked up the alleyway to my house. Keep in mind, I never gave him my address. I saw a man standing there and didn't think much of it until he called my name. I didn't know who he was, so I responded, yes, who's asking? Then I saw his face. I felt my heart skip a beat. I started cold sweating. I felt panic in my body and started shaking. He then grabbed my neck with his hand and slammed my head hard into the wall and started studying my face. He kept saying things like, who were you with? And why are you out this late? Was it a man?
Oh, shoot. So he found you. So it wasn't, so it was somebody else that dropped you off and then he's, what the freak, bro?
Like, who were you with? And why are you out this late? Was it a man?
Man, that's a
I just
weirdo.
stood there completely terrified. This entire time, he was choking me so hard, I had literal tears in my eyes and was gasping for air. I genuinely thought he was gonna kill me. He kept choking harder until he eventually threw me to the ground head first. I whimpered from the pain and gasped for air as he let go of my throat. I looked him in the eyes and saw nothing. There were no emotions there. He didn't feel bad at all. All of a sudden, he sat on top of me and slapped me hard across the face. I put my hand where he hit me as tears filled my eyes again. Then he started choking me again. This time I was more sure that he was going to kill me. I looked up at the black sky and started thinking about my deceased dog. I even started smiling as I felt myself about to pass out. Then he suddenly let go of my throat. He said, fuck, I have to go. The last bus is leaving in 3 minutes. Then he ran away while I lay on the cold, wet ground trying to catch my breath. I was in shock and didn't know what to do. I decided to call my best friend and try to tell him what happened, but I couldn't talk. My vocal cords had been choked so badly I couldn't make a sound. My best friend only heard strange noises and said he was on his way. When I got to my friend's house, I fell asleep on the couch within 3 minutes because I was exhausted. While I was sleeping, my friend called the police and told them the situation. The next day, my friend drove me to the police station to give my statement, and I did. After I had been questioned, the police decided my life was in too much danger to just let me go without protection. I was given an alarm device, a tracking device with multiple buttons that would immediately alert the police of my location so they could save me, because we all knew he would come back. 3 days ago, I was followed by a friend of Killian. If the plan hadn't been for me to be picked up by a friend nearby, I don't think I would be here to tell this story. The police told me Killian's intention was to kill me, so if he had his own car or if there had been a later bus, I would probably be dead. Every time I leave the house or go outside, I fear he's watching, which he's told me he'll always be. One day I might not see him coming, and he might be waiting in that dark alleyway again, and I might not trigger the alarm fast enough. I'm not safe, and I just wanted to share this story in case I do end up getting killed. Be careful, everyone. I never even gave him my info to find me.
Hey man, hope she okay, bro. Hope she okay, bro. That's some real crazy. Like I said, I've done a lot of reactions, bro. Things that happen just like that. Hopefully she alright, man. Know what I'm saying? This is a recent story. You know what I mean? So hopefully you alright, man. Know what I'm saying? But yeah, that man's gonna kill you. You do not take action, that man's gonna kill you, bro. The only thing that saved your life that day, bro, was that freaking, you know what I'm saying, like, was that freaking bus that he said he had to catch. Not you wouldn't have been allowed to tell this story. But I told y'all remember what I was saying? You know what I mean? A facade. You feel me? Yeah, he was probably the nicest boy and everything the first few weeks. And then guess what? The weeks start getting longer and longer, and guess what? His true self starting to come out. I told y'all never get fantasized about the week. Never get fantasized about the 2 weeks. Never get fantasized about the 3 weeks. Months, that's when you start seeing the true person. And that's why I was with this one girl I talked to. I bring her up all the time, bro. She watched this video. She know what I'm talking about. I can promise you, she be watching my YouTube. I can promise. You know what I'm saying? I know she be watching. I be feeling she be watching. I'm wrong, I'm wrong, I'm right, I'm right. But every time I used to talk to her, bro, she always be like, she just give me hints, bro. You know what I'm saying? That she just be watching me. You know what I'm saying? But basically, you know what I'm talking. So you go to college and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? We got in a little what's her name? You know what I'm saying? And your name start with an S. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? But when it come to her, she was the most sweetest girl. You know what I mean? The most sweetest girl ever. You feel me? And then when it came to like months and months go by, I started seeing a change in her. She started arguing more. She started becoming more toxic. She started changing. So I started understanding. I'm like, okay, that's her true self. She started acting very weird. So the girl that I know today, I don't talk to her no more, but the girl that I know, like, like left off with, wasn't the same girl I met. Wasn't the same girl I met, bro. Very toxic. Very weird. Love to argue. That was her. That was truly herself. That was her. For the first week, that was just a facade. So now I know truly how she is. You feel me? I'm telling y'all, man. Do not that's what y'all be moving too fast with people y'all don't even truly know. Whew. Said something so deep right there, and a lot of y'all probably didn't catch it. See, a lot of y'all be hearing me, but a lot of y'all don't be listening to me, bro. You gotta listen. Think about it. Do you truly know your girlfriend? I feel like I'm talking to somebody right now. Do you truly know your man? That man that you sitting beside right now, do you truly know him? How long y'all been talking? Did he do something that kind of rubbed you the wrong way and you brushed it off? Does he have consistent acts of that behavior? Is that behavior that you seeing that rubbed you wrong? Is that behavior consistent? If it's consistent, that's him. But you just rub it off like it's something little. Because you remember the good times. You remember the good times. The honeymoon phase. But you ignoring them red flags. You ignoring him being him. Same thing when it comes to you, fellas. Do you truly know your girlfriend? I just want you to answer that. Do you truly know her? Did you move too fast? Is she doing stuff that irks you consistently, but you overlooking it because of the good? But you knowing dang well the bad outweighs the good? How many we got out here? I know it's a lot of y'all out here. You looking at your girlfriend like this. Probably watching the video and doing like this. You doing the same thing with your man. You know what I'm saying? Don't look at him now. Don't look at her. You know what I'm saying? Keep on, put your eyes on me now. I ain't trying to destroy no relationships now. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it real. It's just a whole lot of people that get with people that they don't truly know. It's a whole lot of people that have babies with people that they don't truly know. It take you a while to know somebody. So before you get married, before you get with a person, truly know this person. The bad, the good, how she gonna act when stuff get rocky. You know what I'm saying? You gotta truly know a person before you get in a relationship with that person. Because if you put a baby inside that person, or if you have a baby by that person, you gotta deal with that person for the next 18 years. God. You thought she was a headache for a couple of months, put a baby inside her. You're gonna be dealing with it for 18 years. Oh, And trust me, I had a proof. My pops. Oh my God. My older sister, we got the same dad, different mama. Baby mama gave him hell. You know what I'm saying? What? Telling you. Child support and everything. Because he probably thought he knew her. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't really know the true her for real. So this woman that came out and started putting him on child support and giving him hell, that was really her. But he had a baby with a facade. He had a baby with somebody that with a chameleon.
Mike, and this happened last October.
Just saying, y'all, stop moving fast.
Solo camping trip in the Smoky Mountains.
I moved too fast.
I'd been feeling burnt out from work and just wanted a couple quiet days away from everything.
Trust me, I live by my advice.
I had done solo trips before and never had any issues, so this didn't feel like a big deal at the time. I left early in the morning and the drive took most of the day. A couple hours before reaching the park, I stopped at a small roadside diner because I was getting hungry, and I knew food options would be limited once I got deeper into the mountains. The place was pretty empty. Just a few older people drinking coffee.
Man, what the freak is this, man?
Looked like she'd been working there forever. I sat at the counter and ordered a burger and fries.
Wait it down a little like that.
While I was eating, I noticed a man sitting a few stools down from me. He wasn't doing anything strange exactly, but he kept glancing in my direction without really turning his head. I remember thinking he probably just noticed I wasn't local. At one point, he asked where I was headed, and I told him I was going camping up in the mountains. He just nodded and said to be careful out there.
How would you tell him that?
I asked what he meant, and he just shrugged and said it gets real quiet out there at night. I didn't think too much into that and just paid the bill and left.
I got a question. Why would you tell him that? You know what I'm saying? Why would you tell him you're going camping? You don't even know this man from a camping. You tell him you're going camping? Like, y'all be too open sometimes, bro.
By late afternoon, I reached the area where I planned to park. It was just a dirt pull-off near a trailhead with no other cars around. That should have maybe been my first sign to pick somewhere else, but I liked the idea of being alone. I grabbed my backpack and gear and started hiking in. The trail wasn't too hard, but it took longer than I expected, and I started realizing I was going to be setting up camp close to dark. I eventually found a small clearing that looked good enough. It was flat and had enough space for my tent and a small fire. I rushed to get everything set up before it got too dark. By the time I finished setting up the tent, the light was already fading, and the woods were getting that gray color they get right before night.
I just don't understand this. I don't understand this. I don't understand what's so satisfying about being in the middle of the woods when it's dark. This is just more scary than satisfying to me. I don't understand it.
I gathered some sticks and got a small fire going.
Everybody like different things,
Sitting
huh?
by that fire actually felt nice at first. I made some s'mores and just listened to the normal sounds you'd expect in the woods, like bugs and wind through the trees. After maybe half an hour, I heard something that didn't match the other sounds. It was the sound of footsteps on leaves. Surely human footsteps. I looked up and saw a man standing maybe 30 or 40 feet away between the trees. He was standing there just facing me. I couldn't see his face clearly because of the low light, but I could tell he was watching me. I called out, asking if he was all right. He stepped a little closer into the edge of the firelight and said hello. Just that one word, nothing else. I asked if he was camping nearby, and he deflected my question with another question, asking if I was out there alone. That question made my stomach drop a little. I hesitated before answering, and then told him no, that my friends were meeting me soon. That was a complete lie. I hadn't brought anything to defend myself, and I figured sounding like I wasn't alone was the smartest move I had. He just nodded slowly, like he accepted that answer. Then he turned around and started walking back into the woods without another word. I watched him the whole time. As he got farther away, he started blending into the darkness between the trees. Right before he disappeared completely, he stopped and turned back toward my fire. He just stood there again, facing me. I got the feeling he didn't think I could still see him, but I could barely make out his outline. He stood there for what felt like several minutes. I didn't want him to know I was watching, so I pretended to look down at my phone. My whole body felt tense, and I didn't feel safe going into my tent while he was still out there. Eventually, I looked back up, and he was gone.
You really think that this man gonna leave? Think about it. That's the like. You really think this man gonna leave? This man gonna be watching you in the dark, seeing if your friends gonna come, And when he see your friends don't come, he gonna do what he trying to do. But if you thinking that man just finna, oh, have a nice day, and just walk away, you're seeing like this man is on some loco junk. You seeing it. Walking away, looking at your tent, ain't no normal person doing it. I'm gonna go and tell you this, ain't no normal person just walking through the woods late at night. Late at night, he ain't camping, he ain't doing nothing. He's just walking through the woods. That mother effer on some serial killer junk.
I stayed sitting by the fire another 20 to 30 minutes trying to listen for any more movement. I didn't hear anything else, but I didn't feel relaxed anymore. I finally put the fire out and got into my tent. I tried to tell myself I was overreacting and that he was probably just another camper who was curious. I laid there trying to fall asleep, but I don't think I ever fully relaxed. About an hour later, I heard footsteps again. This time they were much closer. I could hear them slowly moving around my campsite, leaves crunching in a circle around my tent. Then they stopped right outside. Everything went completely silent. I held my breath without even realizing I was doing it. I didn't know if someone was standing right outside the thin fabric of my tent or if I was just imagining it. But then I heard the sound of a man exhaling right outside. It wasn't loud, just a slow breath like someone standing still. And I don't mean that he was trying to make me hear it. I think I was just so hyper-focused that I heard something I usually wouldn't hear. Every instinct I had told me not to move or make a sound. I was afraid that if he knew I was awake, he might do something. So I just stayed completely still, pretending to be asleep. After God knows how long, I heard the footsteps slowly move away again. I waited a long time before even letting myself breathe normally. About 10 minutes later, the footsteps came back. It was the same circling around the tent. Then he stopped again, and then the same silence. This went on for hours. Sometimes the steps would fade off into the distance and I would think he finally left. Then they would come back again. Either he was walking away and returning, or he was standing somewhere in the trees just watching and coming closer whenever he felt like it. I never heard any talking, but something about the way the steps sounded made me feel like it wasn't just one person anymore. I can't explain why. Maybe it was just fear messing with my head. At one point, I noticed the inside of my tent starting to get lighter. I realized the sun was starting to come up, and that I'd been awake the entire night. As soon as there was enough light, I decided I was leaving. I didn't even bother eating. I just started stuffing things into my bag as fast as I could. My hands were shaking the whole time. When I finally unzipped my tent and stepped out, I immediately heard multiple sets of footsteps running off into the woods. Not just one, several. I couldn't see anyone, but I could clearly hear the sound of more than one person moving away through the leaves fast. That was the moment I knew I hadn't imagined anything. I didn't even finish packing properly. I just grabbed what I could carry and started jogging back toward the trail. I kept expecting to hear someone following me, but I didn't. I reached my car, I locked the doors, and I just sat there trying to calm down. At some point, I must have fallen asleep because I woke up hours later with the sun high in the sky. Part of me tried to rationalize everything, like maybe it was just a couple other campers messing with me. I even considered going back to get the rest of my stuff since I had left some gear behind in my rush. It was full daylight now, and I figured whatever happened at night wouldn't happen during the day, so I walked back down the trail. When I got to where I was certain my campsite had been, I stopped completely. My tent was gone. My sleeping bag was gone. The small cooking supplies I left were gone. Every last thing was gone. The only thing left was the black circle of ashes from my fire. I walked around the area thinking maybe I had the wrong spot, but I knew I didn't. The trees and rocks were exactly how I remembered. Someone had taken everything. I didn't see any trash or damage, just empty ground like I had never been there. I didn't look around any longer. I just turned around and walked straight back to my car. I didn't report it or try to find my stuff. I just wanted to get out of there. Losing the gear didn't matter to me anymore. The only thing that mattered was leaving without getting hurt. I drove straight home that day, and I haven't gone camping alone since. Sometimes I still think about how many people were actually out there that night, and how close they were standing to me while I pretended to sleep.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? It's never good to go camping alone. never good to go anywhere like deserted or isolated. You know what I mean? Just because of situations like this right here, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, the camping I just never understood about the camping, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it's crazy, man. Could have died that night. But I appreciate everybody, man, for joining this video. This will be the last. Say, y'all, my hair getting kind of curly. Still got a little, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, it's getting curly. I'm getting it right, y'all. I'm getting it right for sure. Need me a new haircut and stuff like that, you know. I'm gonna get a haircut sooner or later. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, you know what I mean? I appreciate everybody for joining the video. Like I said, this is the last video, so make sure y'all tune in to your boy Jay on Monday. It's your boy Jay, man. Take it easy. Or you end up like Basie. Your boy Jay out, man.